In this Frase review, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about Frase.io, which is an SEO and AI writing software. And I'll even walk you through how some of the most important tools works, how I like to use it in my business, and make sure you stick around until the end because I've got some special offers that you can take advantage of. Now, the website is Frase.io, but if you're going to sign up for an account, please do use my affiliate link. It's in the description, and I would really appreciate that. And right now they have an affiliate contest going, and as part of that promotion, you will get 50% off your first month of payment if you use the code PHRASE50. That's FRASE 50. And so use my affiliate link to sign up and use that when you choose a plan, and you'll get 50% off for the first month. I'll get a commission. And if you're doing a lot of content writing, specifically a lot of SEO content writing, this is my favorite tool for doing that, and I'm going to show you why. So this is the main Frase dashboard, and they do have a 2.0 version, which is currently in beta. I've got it open right here, and you can see they've got this nice dark mode. But other than the dark mode, it's still lacking some of the features of the main software. So I'm going to stick to the current version right now. And so on the left menu, the first thing we have is the Documents tab. This is just where you can have all the folders that you want for your various projects, and then you have all of your documents over here. Next on the menu, we have AI Tools. And one of my favorite things about Frase is that you can create your own AI writing templates. So a lot of AI writing tools just have pre-made templates. Now, of course, these days, everyone's using ChatGPT and other chat-based AI writers, and Frase does have a chat-based AI writer built into the documents. But before we started using chat-based interfaces, what we had were templates where basically you put in an input, and based on how the template is built, you get an output. And in Frase, you can create your own custom templates. And even though chat interfaces are really useful and quick for writing a whole bunch of different things, templates are still the best way to write specific things in a specific style. Because if you're using, for example, the basic version of ChatGPT, you have to tell it every time that you want it to adjust something about its style, or if you want it to write something in a specific way, you have to tell it that, and then you're probably going to have to give it more fine-tuning instructions. Whereas when you use your own custom template, every time you use it to write something, it's going to use the same writing style as the samples that are in the template. So I'll show you one of mine here. I've created all these different custom templates, and I've actually had clients pay me to make templates for them, which can be a great front-end offer if you're looking to provide some sort of content or SEO services. Sometimes creating a custom template can be a really good way of getting your foot in the door. And so we'll just look at my AIDA copywriting template here. And this is a very simple template. So basically, you just put in a product or service, and it will write a attention, interest, desire, action, or AIDA piece of copy for you. So for example, I could say SEO services by lover, fighter, writer, and then I can adjust the creativity. We'll put it at 2 and say generate. And this is something that I could use as ad copy or as a social media post or something like that. And you can see I can click here to copy the text very easily. I can say load more and it'll write a new version, and I can tell it that it was good or bad if I want to give it feedback there. And then just to show you kind of what it looks like behind the scenes, if I go to edit, this is what the template actually looks like. And if you want to learn how to make custom templates, I have multiple videos on that, most of which use Frase. So if you want to learn that, check out those videos on my channel. I'll link it in the description as well. The template is basically just a sample of what you want the output to be similar to. And you can see I have 2 samples here. And so I have the input, which is the product or service, and then I have what I want the output to be. And then I have this to create a separation. And then I have a different product input. And then I have the copy for that one. And it doesn't just follow the format, it also follows things like tone and writing style. And what I found is that when I use my own templates to write things, whether it's ad copy or even content writing, when I use my own templates, the quality of the output tends to be a lot better. It tends to be a lot closer to what I want it to eventually be. And so that saves me a lot of time when it comes to editing and publishing. So that is the custom AI tools section. And so here we have all of the tools, and then you can go to community to see the tools that are created by other people. And then you can go to custom, which is your own tools. And then we'll move on to the third item in the left-hand menu, which is the SEO tools. And here we have the Google Search Console Content Analytics, which is a really powerful way of looking at your Search Console data, because in Google Search Console, there's tons and tons of data, but you're kind of limited in the ways that you can actually look at it when you're working with it directly in Search Console. So this integrates directly into your Search Console, and then it shows you this month-over-month trend. You can go down here and say, like, what are some opportunities for things that I can easily rank better for? What are some quick wins? So it's saying that my best quick win right now is for this article, and these are the number of clicks I've had in the last month. These are the impressions. It has a really good click-through rate. It's currently ranked around 7th or 8th in the organic results. So it's saying if I just improve this article a little bit, this could potentially be a quick win where I can improve my ranking. And so this is really useful when you're working on an existing blog or website and you're trying to figure out where you should direct your energy first so that you can get results quickly. And that is really important if it's your own blog, because you want to make sure that the work you're doing is as efficient as possible. But it's also really good if you're taking on a new client, because even though we know that SEO typically takes a while to work, most clients typically want to see results as quickly as possible. So if you take on a new client who has existing articles or pages on their website that aren't ranking as well, you can connect the Google Search Console to Frase and use that to help figure out which pieces of content you can most easily improve the ranking for, so that you can show them that you know what you're doing. And then further down on the left-hand menu, you have the account, which we're not going to look at because that's just my account information. This is the link to Frase 2.0, which, as I showed earlier, was like this. And then there is the help section where you can go through some articles and submit a query if you need to. And so there's a lot of different stuff you can do in Frase, and there's a lot of power, but it has a pretty simple and easy to understand interface, and it's very, very fast to use. The two main reasons that I prefer Frase over competitors such as Surfer SEO and Page Optimize Pro, which I've used those tools and many others as well, and most of them are good, but Frase is a little bit cheaper than most, and it prioritizes efficiency over really fancy user friendliness. So like when I will look at Surfer SEO, for example, it's very user friendly. It's very easy to understand how to use it, but it kind of takes longer, because whereas Frase might have a bit more of a learning curve to it, but once you understand how to use it, you can do stuff really fast. And you might recall that the quick win that Frase recommended based on my Search Console was for free PLR. So I opened up the existing document that I have where I originally wrote this article back in 2021. Looks like I haven't really updated it much since then. So this is definitely a good opportunity for me to work on. And in the upper left-hand corner, we have the keyword that it's focusing on. And so I can click on that to edit it. I can change the query here. I think I might actually change this to free PLR because that makes a bit more sense. I can change the country that I want it to focus on. I can change the language I want it to focus on. I can change the folder it's in and the document status. So right now I am optimizing, and update the document. And what it's doing now is it's pulling in the top 20 ranking articles for this search term. And in this video, I'm just going to go over some stuff really quickly. If you want more in-depth tutorials on how to use Frase and just on SEO and content writing generally, check my channel. I've got an SEO playlist and a Frase specific playlist. And I've got tutorials that show how to do all of this in depth, but just for right now, I'm going to go over it fairly quickly. So in the first tab here, we have the content brief, and that's just a page where you can generate a content brief, or you can create your own content brief. You can kind of use it for notes and different things. Then we have another tab which has the original text that I wrote in here, and then I can add more tabs if I want. So I'm going to add one. We'll say I'm just going to call it 2024 because that is the year that I'm making this in. And so now I've got this empty here. And this first content tab is the only one where you can import content from a URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and move this over here. Oops. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut all of this content and paste it over here. And if I go to the Optimize tab over on the right, it'll show me how I'm doing. So it's pretty far above the average, but we'll get back to that in just a moment because I need to change a couple things. But I'm going to go back to my content and I'm going to go to import from URL. And then I'm going to paste the existing URL on my site on here and say process URL. And that actually pulls in all the content, including the images and the text right here. And sometimes it can miss something depending on like what type of blog you're using and if you have certain special plugins and things like that. But for the most part, it does a pretty good job, and you can preview what it's going to pull in right here. And for the title, I'll just say free PLR downloads 2024 for now. Come up with a better title later. And then I'll say confirm import. And there you have it. It just pulled in all the content. So I usually delete the images because I don't really need those. So now I have the up-to-date version of the article that I just pulled off of my blog. And you can see right now it has a 77% topic score, which is far above the average of 25%. But in order to make sure that that's really accurate, I need to go to research. And then if I click on this gear icon right here, I can customize which results it's going to use in order to determine my topic score. So the first three are all PLR websites, and so I definitely want to keep those. But then I have an Instagram account, so I don't want that in there. Got a Medium article, which is a competitor, so I will keep that one. I've got a LinkedIn article, but it's not being processed, so I'll remove that. This one is a less known PLR website, and it's just the homepage, so I think I'm going to remove that one. And we've got an article on Content Sparks, article on this website. And what I'm doing is I'm removing any of the competing pages that are too different from mine for it to really be relevant when it comes to my topic score. So this one right here is a forum post, which means it's not an article, and so it's going to be ranking for a different reason. And I still have 15 sources selected, so I think I'm going to deselect most of these that are down here further, because usually I like to aim for around 10 sources. You can do more or less depending on the situation. Okay, and there's me, so I don't want that one selected. And I guess I will leave that one in. So now we've got 10 sources that are the competitors that are closest to what I'm doing. And then I'll say save. And so now here I can see that the average of all these is 806 words, and I have 1.3 thousand words. So I'm doing pretty well there, but sometimes the average isn't a good benchmark. So I like to look at the top results. So for example, IDPLR, it has 2.8 thousand words. This one is a very short page. This one is also a very short page. This one has 1.6K. This one is 1,000. So from what I can see there, it looks like the current length is pretty good, but it could probably be an extra 100 or 200 words longer, and that would probably benefit me. Then to look at what topics I need to add, I'll go to optimize, and you can see, whereas before I was scoring 77 compared to the 25% average, now I have 29% average topic score compared to the 33% average topic score. So that's why selecting the best competitors for what you're doing is so important, because now when I look at top topics, I've got all of these different things that I can add. And if I go to status and topic gap, it's going to only show me the topics that I need to add. And if I go to in progress, it'll show me some topics that I've mentioned at least once, but that I could afford to mention more than once. And so again, this makes it really easy to optimize your content for the right topics. You can also go to headers here, which is going to show terms that are commonly used in the subheadings. And this just makes it really easy to get the right terms in there. And if you're not sure how or why a certain term is being used in the content, then you can just click on it right here and it'll show you examples of how your competitors are using it. You can see it's showing me all of these pages and it's showing me highlighted where it's used. And so if I look at that and I decide, you know what, I don't want to use that, it's not relevant, then I can just go over it here and I can click this little circle with a line through it, and that will remove the term from the topic score so that I don't need to pay attention to it. I'm not going to do that because that one obviously is very relevant, but that's a quick overview of how that works. And again, if you are new to using Frase, or if you're going to sign up using my affiliate link and you want to get started, make sure you check my other tutorials. Most of them are a little bit older, but not a whole lot has changed in here. Most of the tools work the exact same way as they always have. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment or to reach out to me personally. And remember, if you're signing up for an account for the first time and you use my affiliate link and the code Frase50, you'll get 50% off. And I promised you something special, so here it is. If you sign up for my affiliate link, just shoot me a quick email and let me know. And once this affiliate contest ends, which I think it lasts for another couple weeks, I'm going to make a little group with everyone who signs up using my affiliate link, and we will do some live coaching calls where I can walk you through anything that you're having trouble with, and I'll actually read your content or your copy and give you feedback on how you can improve it. So remember, use the affiliate link in the description to sign up. Use the code Frase50 to get 50% off. Shoot me an email to let me know that you want to be part of the group coaching that I'm going to do. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And of course, for further tutorials that go really deep into how to use all these different tools, check my Frase and my SEO playlist on my channel. You're going to find everything you need to write content that ranks right there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.